Education. Education built on two foundational pillars. First, acquiring wisdom that radiates intelligence. Next, inculcation of ethical and moral values. In essence, emancipation of character that reflects righteousness. The fusion of intelligence and righteousness assured in enlightened ethics or righteousness. Righteousness in Hindi, Sacharitrata. To contextualize above analysis of education with person of highest wisdom, spirit of equality, and a revolutionary social reformer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's ideas. Cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence, and essence of our thousands years ancient, continuous civilizational ethos. Our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi's ideal, knowledge with character, bring about the essence of education in its entirety, specifically women education. We neither turn back the clock nor undo the historic injustices and suppressions with women, but the creative, ideate, innovative option or alternative in our hands is to compensate and empower women through education. Education gives wings to her dreams and a lasting opportunity to thrive society. International Women's Day 2023 campaign theme Embrace Equity. In real terms, embrace equity can catalyze unleashing women and girls' inherent human capital that brings about economic growth and prosperity, stability and sustainability in an unprecedented way. In nutshell or in essence, faster, inclusive and sustainable development. New Educational Policy 2022. In this above mentioned or described context, we should analyze a new education policy that built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. It is a visionary document that aimed at ushering in much needed reforms in the educational ecosystem to address the expectations and to harness potentials of 21st century, that is known as century of knowledge, industrial revolution 4.0 or 5.0, where disruptive, innovative technologies creating new horizons, avenues of understanding. For an example, from quantum physics to artificial intelligence, this policy focuses on transform world's largest and vibrant democracy into vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower through broad-based, flexible, and multidisciplinary education. That is the creation of talent pool or talented pool to care entire world with compassionate hands. It aims to achieve 100% youth and adult literacy in coming years. For an example, universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% gross enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. It lays emphasis on vocational, pre-primary and primary education, improving or enhancing quality of teaching, creative use of technology or next generation technology, flexibility and excellence in higher studies. It ought to be implemented with missionary zeal to bring about transformative change in the learning and teaching ecosystem, but it must be inculcate ethical and moral values as in era of 4.0 industrial revolution where enlightened intellects or intellectuals are dedicated their all efforts to create principles of ethical use of artificial intelligence. It is beyond our imagination. The destructive impacts of artificial intelligent machines without we program morality into them or in robots. How we can imagine an individual or creator of artificial intelligence, robotics, that defined an era of anthropogenic, deprived from ethical and moral values. If righteousness reflect into ideal conduct, it creates ethical and just social order. And since state is brainchild of society, it will be nurtured in desirable direction. As individuals, ideas first and foremost virtue is honesty. Like that, an institution's first and foremost virtue in justice. That is, in our context, is fairness or non-discrimination. New education policy 2020 purpose to bring about transformative change in school and higher education. Before it, there was a education policy of 1986 and 1992. The challenge of present era, specifically in context of education policy, lack of understanding and learning. Now, the curiosity arises what is the distinct understanding and learning? Understanding is equal to knowledge plus critical thinking. Knowledge built on foundational pillars of reason and experience. Reason, it may be based on books, or in other words, it is an acquired knowledge. The propagator who propagated the ideas that knowledge is based on reason are Descartes, Spinoza, and Leibniz, whereas its second foundational pillar, that is experience, and its propagators are John Locke, Hume, and Berkeley. German thinker And in other words, an enlightened ethical thinker, Immanuel Kant, combined the reason and experience, overcoming limitations of extremes or exclusivities of reason and experience, aimed at enhancing our understanding. Now, what is critical thinking? It is a reasonable analysis free from any prejudices. In essence, understanding is experience of knowledge. In Hindi, ज्ञान की अनुभूति is equal to understanding or समझ. Expression or reflection of understanding into conduct has been a challenge. If this challenge transformed into opportunity, understanding can integrate an individual and society at large. Present era, an era of transformation, an era of information's abundance. In context of transformation occurring in science and technology, research and innovation, in a sphere of socio-cultural, political, economic growth and development, increasing understanding of ecology and environment. The core of new education policy is a learning skills and experience-based education. Why? Education merely based on knowledge cannot be succeed. Inculcating, assimilating the virtues, values of education transformed it into character building. In हिंदी सिर्फ ज्ञान आधारित एजुकेशन मूल्यों को समाहित कर, इंटीग्रेट कर चरित्र निर्माण कर पाने में पूर्णतः सफल नहीं होते. सो any subject, concept, idea, or attitudes understanding is essential, inevitable. बुक्स एंड अदर रिसोर्सेज से एक्वायर्ड नॉलेज के साथ साथ एक्सपीरियंस बेस्ड नॉलेज इज इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट. आफ्टर इट, ideas and development of ideas can be transformed into understanding. Development of ideas can be contribute to create balance between philosophy and practice, character and conduct. Its main points: context, new education policy means new education policies. Main points: universalization of education from preschool to secondary level till 2030. Gross enrollment ratio should be 100%. And what is gross enrollment ratio? It determines the number of students at the various stages of education. Now, gross enrollment ratio at secondary level is 62.5%, whereas higher secondary level it at 39.5%. In other words, GER is at 49.3% for students in classes 9 to 12. About 2 crore school dropouts should be mainstreamed. Method of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 in place of present prevalent 10 plus 2 method. The age bracket or age group for 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is 3 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14, and 14 to 18, respectively. Positives of these new chains: children in age group of 3 to 6 years led with school education or integrated with school education, determination of national teacher training curriculum. Why? Teachers training is the backbone of school education system, and new ideas of research and innovation, skilling are depend upon the capabilities of concrete capabilities of teachers. So teachers should be, or in other words, must be trained in the new era's knowledge systems and skills to enhance gross enrollment ratio in higher education at 50% by 2050, to establish multidisciplinary education and research in universities like Indian Institute of Management and Indian Institutes of Technology, to catalyze culture of research and innovation, establishment of National Research Foundation for regulation in higher education. Higher Education Commission is recommended to establish to harness principle of collaborative federalism, cooperative and competitive federalism. Expenditure for education must be enhanced at 6% of GDP with cooperation among union and its states. Foundational literacy and numeracy are prerequisite for learning skills. For this purpose, Union Ministry of Education launched Nipun Bharat Mission, or National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, aligned with New Education Policy 2020. The scheme ensures that every child in classes 1 to 3 would acquire foundational literacy and numeracy skill in India till 2026. Skill, reskill, and upskill is the need of our education is an end in itself.